own enemy. On my worst days, you can never get rid of me. On my worst days, you can never get rid of me. Yeah. Hold up. Hey, if you wanna test me, you can get it. Got no time for the gimmicks. I ain't gonna play with you. I'm a beast in the game. Gonna remember my name. I can never be tame. We are not the same. The drip, yeah, drip off my chain. You know I'ma make your head bang. I do it for my hometown, DC, Northeast. Where them gorillas be? Do you think that you're ready for me? Cause I know that I'm ready for you. You can never, you can never, you can never. Ay. Do you think that you're ready for me? Cause I know that I'm ready for you. You can never. Man, y'all ain't ready for it. Welcome to the ozone. Hey, any, many, money, mo. Catch a hater by the throat. Apply the pressure, don't let them go. Any, many.
What is up, pro wrestling fans? Welcome back to Pro Ramble. I'm your host, John Kevin Cole. I'm here with Legend Owners, Sonny Salem, Michael Lee Wills, the champion. And we have a new compadre joining us tonight, all the way from Wyoming County, West Virginia. Justin Hicks, how you doing, brother?
What's up, JCC? What is up, Ramblers? How is everybody tonight?
Doing great. I'm back.
Back!
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Everybody's looking.
I was gonna say
fresh.
finally, but then I want to be like, oh my god, finally she's back. It's been lonesome on this show, dealing with other jackasses.
I feel so sorry for you.
Hang on.
Oh, it was horrible.
He's
Sonny.
thinking
It
about what
was
he
fucking horrible.
he just said he's
Now, don't get me wrong. I am glad to see everybody here,
Michael
but
Lee,
perhaps we're
hey,
seeing a little bit too much of John Covey Cole.
you're really going to kick off in the middle of a sentence after we just had that pre-show meeting like that? That's terrible, bro.
That was my first statement. I'll tell you what, I will raise the championship belt when I want to speak. How about that?
You don't have to do that. Just wait till I'm not speaking before you speak. It's called.
Oh, so I have to wait on you to not speak? Is that what it is?
We learn in Raleigh County, not in Summers County. In Summer County, y'all some hillbilly bumpkins. I know y'all don't understand simple manners over there. I get it.
Oh, at least they learned us to put a shirt on.
Look, bro.
And they also learned that when the champ is talking, the other people are listening. John Covey Cole, thank you very much.
You figure it's champ?
Why, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. You may speak now, John.
Ben Cliff says,
I'm sorry.
guess who's coming to America next year for Mania? Your boy Ben Cliff coming to Philly. Hey, you know what, Ben? I'm going to be finding your ass because I'm going to be going there as well. So I'm going to be finding you. We're going to hang out. We're going to have us a drink.
Amazing.
WrestleMania 40. Baby.
WrestleMania's turning 40. I'm turning 40. It's going to be great.
Oh, dude, you're old.
Boy, don't do that. I'm turning 42.
42?
40 as well.
Turning 40 also. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, you've been hanging out in Summers County too long over there.
Oh, I'm 8 years away from that, so I don't know what that's like.
It's coming.
Okay, Justin.
Yeah, no, the fuck it ain't.
I'll be 30. I'll be 33. If that was the question.
Or Grand Hill. Or Grand Hill. Could be Grand Hill for the fans out there watching.
I got my Ewing on, by the way.
So was Ewing, yeah. Grand Hill one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guy. I would love to fit him on the.
All right, we got Chris Morgan in the chat tonight, guys. Good to see you, Judge. Oh gosh, Mike brought his cronies with him. He's got Megan Wills in the chat. Looking good tonight, champ.
You should have known that was coming.
Oh yeah. We got a lot to get to tonight, guys. June 25th is the AEW Forbidden Door pay-per-view, and
yes.
I said that we were going to make our own card if it was a true Forbidden Door pay-per-view. We're not going to go into it yet. We're going to go to it later on in the show. We're going to talk about some current wrestling havens right now. Then we'll go to our fantasy wrestling. But yeah, here in a little while, we're going to talk about if it were a true crossover, what matches would you book? Everybody here on the show, we got 6 matches apiece, which was very hard to do. There are so many amazing possibilities if this was to happen. But I figured I would cut it off at 6 because if not, we'd be here all freaking night. Am I wrong, Lyndon?
No, you ain't wrong, bro, because there's a lot of matches. Like, a lot. I have come in my mind, I'm like, man, you just gave me like an easy topic. I just got to pick.
Ben Cliff says also with Mania being in Philly, surely Heyman is going to be inducted. I'd say so.
You think?
I'd
You think?
say they'll have a ECW reunion-esque event.
Kind of thing, yeah.
You'd have to.
Got to. But then again, who's the WWE we're talking about here, so who knows?
Right?
Nah, Hunter will probably do it.
But we're
Quick
not
question.
old ass people running around. What's up, Jay?
With Heyman, I had heard that on, I believe it was Grilling JR. Old Conrad there. Loves Tawny, but I'm a JR Mark for sure. This was a question asked by one of the fans on his Twitter a couple weeks back. And I think they're going to kind of leave it up to Heyman. That was at least Jim Ross' prediction. He's going to go in Philly. So I kind of want your guys' thoughts on that. Think he's going in at Philly, or is it going to be like after he's kind of possibly inducted kind of deal, or what?
Your audio is dropping in and out for some reason, Jay, but I pretty much said for the most part. Me personally, I think if Heyman does go in next year, he's going to make a to-do of it. It's not just going to be a regular going into the Hall of Fame. He's going to have some kind of ruckus caused because he's Paul freaking Heyman. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a small, just somebody come out and, hey, Paul Heyman, and he come out and give a speech, and that's it. Somebody will come put him through a damn table or something crazy going to happen. I hope, anyway.
That's fair. Yeah. Sorry about that's this Wyoming County internet, by the way. I gotta love it, but no, you're right. I think there will be something big. He would have to headline it, also. I feel right. He would have to be the guy.
I agree with that.
Big Cliff in the chat, real quick. He says, "Off the bed, folks. Have a good show. My only match I would like to see crossovers MJF versus Seth Rollins. Man, Ben done got that woman. He going to bed. He can't even hang out with us no more. Come on, Ben.
And we have the same match.
Oh, Sonny done let the cat out the bag. I'm going to save mine.
Different match, same person, though. I will say that.
Well, if everybody does not have Seth Rollins and MJF on their card in some fashion, I'm just going to stop the stream and go home. That's all. They take the card, at least.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn it. Mike's probably got some kind of crazy. He probably been with Tommy. He probably trying to book damn Daphne versus somebody or something.
Well, that'd be hard now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, man.
There's an idea for a movie. How about Weekend at WrestleMania? Somebody always go to WrestleMania, they die, and then you take them to WrestleMania, and then when somebody's theme song plays, they come to life, and that'd be great.
Oh, for sure.
Pitch it.
I like that.
So let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about some current product. I'm going to lean on you guys because I've been in the Bahamas for the last couple of weeks. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anything anybody want to talk about?
Why aren't you
Yeah.
sunburned yet?
I guess I'm... Yeah.
You got a beautiful tan. I want to talk about that tan line.
You like it? Yeah.
I do. And it's not. I think you're rocking it.
I've been working. Carlene in the chat get all excited over her. She says, put her shirt on my side is already bad enough. Hey, this ain't for you. This is for everybody else, Carlene. Don't you worry about me.
Get a drink or two in, or that attitude will change, right?
Exactly. Like I hosted karaoke. If you're not ready to sing yet, keep drinking.
That's it.
Mike, you been watching any wrestling, old buddy?
A little bit, but being a newlywed, it's kind of hard to juggle wrestling and everything else. But I've been watching a little bit, yes.
Okay, good. I know, Lennon, you had to fill that cup back up. Maybe there ain't no water in it, honey. You drinking ice.
But it melts, so technically it refills itself.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly, the gift that keeps on giving.
Kind of like the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, something like that.
Lennon, you've been watching wrestling here lately, I'm sure. You watch probably more than anybody in this room.
Yeah, a little bit. I did catch
Oh.
Under Siege.
I seen that, Sonny.
Impact. I caught some Under Siege. I was surprised a little bit, but I was happy at the same time.
Why was you
That's
watching?
What? Say again?
Why were you watching a Steven Seagal movie? We're talking about wrestling.
Yeah, I am talking about wrestling. That was the pay-per-view, sir.
Oh.
Jeez
It's a great
Louise.
film, though. Great. Classic.
It's a great film, classic, yeah, but we're talking about wrestling here. Anyway, Motor City Machine Guns got their flowers.
And then some.
Shelley winning the Impact title, and then Chris Sabin being the nine-time X Division champion.
Amazing.
So it was great. Even though, Macklin only had the titles for like 54 days. But I mean, literally, dude, you were a transitional champ because Alexander got injured.
100%.
So
That is so terrible too, because I mean, he was supposed to headline in Toronto, his hometown, and then he gets injured. Like, it was just terrible timing.
It was. I mean, Josh Alexander, that dude was running Impact as champion. Like,
Real quick, let me cut you off. Sorry. Justin, do you partake in Impact as well?
I do. I haven't been able to watch a lot lately, JC. I was out that night, but it seemed to be Michael too, I guess. So I ain't trying to when I said I promise. Let me back that.
Hold on. I feel like I am taking an order at McDonald's, and that I think it out. Let me try this. Let me have you hang up and call right back. See if that helps.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'll be back.
Thanks, bro. Anybody take what he said there? I heard that he watches it some, but he didn't watch it recently. That's what I got.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was saying it like that because I was gonna say, yeah, it's just been me and Sonny that watches Impact.
Yeah.
But then I also watch I watch like New Japan, Impact, Stardom. I watch too much wrestling. Put it that way. Watch way too much wrestling.
There's never too much.
Everybody's like, "What's Stardom?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, you just stick to way too many just what's in the States. Dear Lord, help you."
Mike Wills, do you partake in?
I'm like, if you don't know what's
Do you partake in Impact Wrestling?
I have in the past, but it's difficult with the schedule I have outside of work and church and other things. I watched it a lot in the past. I haven't caught any recently. I don't even know when it's on here.
I don't either. I'm surprised people.
Thursdays, Access TV.
Ah, okay.
Ain't that right, Sonny?
That's right.
We're going to have to start a Royal Collision show so you guys can talk about that dumb shit nobody cares
Oh my.
Oh my.
I mean, that's fine. Give me and Sonny our own side show, and we talk about everything else wrestling besides, AEW and WWE.
Look,
I'll spit New Japan,
I'm at the point.
Stardom all day.
I have a hard.
Triple A.
I have a hard time talking about anything. WWE. AEW has really soured me in the last, unfortunately.
Just WCW reincarnated.
Worse, almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's transition there. Let's get off of Josh Alexander and um, Chris Pratt or whoever the hell y'all said. I don't know.
Chris Pratt. Wow. Chris Sabin, sir.
The Bloodline storyline is still thriving. I can touch on that. I did look it up. I'm anxious to see how far they're going to keep this thing going, man. It's great. Great storytelling.
It is.
Bro, layers upon layers in this story, man. I'm telling you.
Like a good bean dip, ain't it, Lyndon?
Bro, they've been cooking this storyline for 3 years. If you remember how it started, you will probably know how it's going to end.
I wish that they could do more of this with other storylines. I mean, obviously not to the level that they are at with the Bloodline storyline, because that's probably the best storyline in the last 20 years. But something in that vein. One thing Vince McMahon got away from that Triple H is trying to bring back, he's trying to keep it to we acknowledge the history of the matches, the history of the storylines. Vince was so quick to, all right, well, let's forget about this because this should never happen. Bullshit. It's part of it. Let's keep it going.
100%.
Yeah.
The other thing I like that Triple H is doing is something Jim Cornette called like the thread, and they would always go back to the thread throughout the show. So there was more of a storyline. Like you might see them backstage, you might see them in the ring, they might have a match, but you always have that continuing thread. And that's been missing for so long. So it's nice to see that back.
It is. I mean, it don't have to be much, something as small as, LA Knight coming out and doing commentary, keep him on, LA Knight, I'm hoping so bad that they pull the trigger on this guy because that guy is a freaking star.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah!
It must not be obvious to you. Damn.
No.
If you just look at who's in the match, it should be obvious who's winning it.
Yeah. When I was picking my matches, LA Knight was the last man out. To narrow it down to 6 matches.
Justin, you had something to say, old buddy?
I was going to say, I hope I'm coming in more clear now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering, because you guys just mentioned that, and I love LA Knight, and former Impact guy also.
Yeah.
I'm glad Lynn did that. That was beautifully done. But I'm wondering if we're all riding the same horse a little bit too quick, because I see Priest is in the match now. Are they going to kind of pull the wool over our eyes, you think, and maybe put it on Damian Priest or something like that?
No.
I think everybody.
Damian is, I hate to use the term, but a B-plus player. I think he is going to be a utility guy. He's going to put people over. I don't see him. Then again, I don't know. When he first come out the gun, and it was him and Bad Bunny, I was like, all right, kid, here we go. Let's get some. Lyndon, I know you're chomping at the bits, baby. Give me 1 second.
I'm giving you like.
I see it. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. I can see them running with Damian Priest, and if they want to continue to build the Judgment Day as a viable threat, then they may put it on him. One good thing about LA Knight, Eli Drake, if you will, he don't have to win. He is like the Miz. He could go in there and get beat every single night and still be over as over can get. But to build the credibility of the Judgment Day, actually, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think you had a good point there. I think Damian Priest is going to get the title because I think it makes the most sense.
That was just my point, because we're all on the LA Knight, well, I'll say gravy train, right? So I think everybody loves him universally right now, and it just seems almost too set in stone. And you know how WWE is; they don't
Yeah,
always get what
Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That was a shoe-in, man. Everybody thought, except me and you, Justin. We talked about it, building up to it. It was like, man, it'd be crazy
about
if
before. Yeah,
but they swerved us, and Roman kept it, and Cody. There's Dave LaGreca. I don't know if you guys listened to Busted Open, but he was fucking pissed that they didn't pull the trigger on Cody Rhodes. And he's like, they're not going to have a better time than right now. And okay, maybe not. I mean, but
No, they
program,
made the right call. They made the right call at Mania.
I think so. I think so
That
too.
was the right call. That was the right call. The title's about. It's about the chase of the title.
yes.
They made the right call, which is
No,
why I said
uh,
people may be mad if
no,
Roman retained, which they were. People
And
were oblivious that Roman retained.
they're still watching though because they want to see that chase, like you said, Landon. I mean, it made me JCC. We talked on, I believe, Friday before Mania, and said, "Man, I don't know if they're going to do it, but it would be kind of cool." It had almost a year. It's like the Rock and Cena years back. We have set in stone already, kinda for 40. If everybody's healthy and everything stays the course, but I love
I do too.
I love
And I
I
love
love
that. Go back to the Roman and Cody. I love the fact that I think the main reason they did not pull the trigger is because there's just so much meat on the bloodline bone. You cannot just get away from that. You got to stay there, man. Prime example, you guys were talking about the chase and how great it is. I'm sorry, I love Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but nobody gives a shit now. They got the titles, so what? Now what? You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah, kind of bored with them, and that's the thing with everybody wanted Sammy to beat Roman at what was it, Elimination Chamber. I actually missed that match, but as great as Sammy is, I think everybody likes him and all that. But what do you do when he wins? Like you said, there's nothing you can do with him.
That was one thing I missed about WCW because they had a time where they didn't give a shit. They put belts on the house shows. They didn't even care.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What is that term? Isn't it called like crash riding or something like that when they just flip titles all the time, or you just hop titles? I don't remember. They talked about Bischoff or Russo. Almost said Rusev. Russo one was talking about how crazy it was and put eyes on the product. I want to say, but maybe we should call Jim Cornette, see what he thinks about it.
Oh man, plenty to say about that. Mike Wills, you've been kind of quiet over here since I jumped on your ass when the show started, buddy. Let's hear what you got to say, big guy. What do you like that's going on right now? I know you're into the Bloodline storyline as well. Is there anything else going on in the rest of the world right now that you kind of digging, that you enjoying?
I like what they're doing with the Bloodline, but I'm also liking. I know it's commonly referred to as an also ran, but I like what they're doing with NXT. They crowned a new women's champion. She was supposedly a fan favorite, but apparently, I don't know if it's real life heat, if it's just for the show. But when she called out the entire roster, nobody came out to celebrate. And then when she says, well, I'm trying to pick who the new champion's going to be or who the new contender's going to be, they all came out one at a time. Then the whole women's roster attacked her, and she scurried out. For me, it's somewhat of a compelling storyline to put a, quote, face in that aspect, where she may be the face, but everybody don't like her. Kind of like the way John Cena was at his peak, but everybody was going with the Cena sucks, you know? Somebody you love to hate, even though they're supposed to be the good guy, kind of like Roman Reigns at his face.
I guess we're going to have to put you on Royal Rumble Collision with Sonny and Lyndon because I ain't watching NXT, bro. Come on. What else y'all like?
Oh, I can tell you one thing I dislike, but I saw it coming from a mile away.
What's that?
Charlotte.
You leave my girl alone.
No, they
Here
need
we
a
go.
T-shirt. They need a T-shirt for her. Honestly, it needs to say what did I say the other day? Win title, lose, leave, come back, win title again.
Oh, you forgot. You forgot. You got to get a surgery while you're off too, of some sort.
Bro, Charlotte, it's like because I was saying this. It's like Charlotte cannot be relevant if she's not in a title picture.
Look, I'm sorry, Lyndon, but you're wrong. She can
No,
come
I'm not.
and please us.
I'm not. Name one time Charlotte can go into a storyline without a title being present. Name me one. Out of the years that Charlotte has been in, name one time she has not been in a title picture.
What about the story with her and well, they might have had the title then, Sasha.
Title, it was
They
still
did.
going into the title picture.
Did
Well,
Lacey Evans, when she had that thing, that stupid feud with Lacey Evans?
Speaking
the
of
old
that,
That
goes
only lasted for like 3 weeks.
in that.
No, I know,
Lacey
but
got
that's because she
pregnant.
got knocked up, right? Like Lacey
hmm
Evans.
And then what
yeah.
happened? She ended up in the title picture. Literally 2 weeks later.
But here's the thing though, Landon. Here's my question because I love Charlotte. I love Charlotte, Bianca,
Well, see,
Becky.
let me say this first. Let me say this first. I love Ashley, the human being. Like
Right.
love Ashley. Like love the human being that she is. Character Charlotte, I don't love. I don't like that much because it's like
You
she's
don't
always gonna be in every title picture.
you don't
Like
love
they really want
I, oh, you
her
know
to
your
break
first
her
name.
father's
I
record.
love Ashley. You don't love Ashley. You don't even know Ashley. Good Lord,
Bro,
you love Ashley.
bro.
Man,
I love you, John Covey Cole, as a human being, but your character, you're just a dick. So
Here
it's
is
okay.
okay,
on that.
kind of switch
Come
gears
on.
real quick. You guys mentioned Lacey Evans. Have you guys seen the heat she's getting from Sergeant Slaughter?
She just needs to stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the daughter
Can we?
too.
And
Daughter,
they
daughter.
Do you guys think it's justified? Because I think it's bullshit, personally.
just send her down to NXT for a minute because she ain't doing nothing on the main roster
Who?
since she came back. Yes,
I'm talking about
they
this.
don't know what to do with her.
Talking about this new gimmick. This
Of
sort
her being a Marine,
gimmick. I mean, well, I don't know why he's so pissed off because she's a
he was
Marine.
a Marine.
He's a Marine.
He
Or
wasn't.
played a
He
Marine.
wasn't.
Yeah, he played a Marine. She was a Marine.
Exactly.
And I don't know.
What's that?
But I've been clamoring since. Hold on, Mike. I'll get you in a second. I've been clamoring since she come up, and I knew her story. I was like, why are they not putting some kind of a American badass Marine gimmick on this chick? And then they finally do, and then Sergeant Slaughter starts getting pissed off. He's probably the one that killed Sheik because he's mad.
He wasn't even in military, so he can't really say shit on the matter.
Mike Wills, what do you think about this, old buddy? You a Marine?
Absolutely. I am a Marine, actually. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Except
I
for
have to
Sky.
agree with you a little bit, John Covey Cole, because I was looking forward to her coming back, and she was doing this whole back to basics spiel, and then she goes and does what she does. We've had this discussion before, so we're not going to get into, playing a character, but playing a character close to the vest. I get it. You can be a bad person, quote. You can be a heel person and still be former military and all that. I mean, look at Randy Orton. He was a Marine, but he doesn't talk about it much because he got out on a bad conduct discharge, because he didn't get along well. He didn't play well with others. The whole thing about this particular storyline, they have to be very careful when it comes to stuff like that. I think you can still be proud to have served your country, but just like anything else in political commentary today, don't shove it down anybody's throat. I may want you to eat, but I don't want you to eat at my table necessarily. So I think they need to be very careful. She has such potential to be such a good role model, hero to people, all of that, coming up the way she did. You saw all the little vignettes about where she came from and how she got to where she was. And, take a turn for the heel, that's fine. But you just got to be very careful. You mentioned Sergeant Slaughter. His whole deal came about. I've watched the old videos about how there was some anti-American stuff going on, and whether he's playing a character or not, when he got up and did the whole Pledge of Allegiance and got everybody on him, I mean, yeah, sure, cheap pop, but it got everybody excited. It got him and generated him heat. And Lacey Evans has such potential to generate positive heat, which would be beneficial. So, yeah, I'm torn when it comes to the Lacey Evans character.
Look, I don't care what that woman does. She can spit in my soup. She can do whatever she wants, pal.
Agreed. And Sergeant Slaughter can't, right? That's what it comes down to.
Right, exactly. That's the point of the story right there.
Love it.
So,
I mean, depending,
something real quick before we move on, because we got some fantasy booking to get to.
Yep.
Leaning over, slurping on that ice.
I got one for you guys because I know the world's kind of split. The new titles, new championships. What do y'all think about them?
Now they have no design whatsoever, and it's just copy and paste and change the
It
color.
waters it all down.
But I understand what Hunter is doing, though.
Is it because of the big merger with the UFC parent company? Because that's what I was thinking. My immediate
I think it's more of the brands having their own respective titles to their brand.
Yeah, well, that makes
Is what
more.
it is.
Yeah,
But then that cheapens what Roman Reigns did.
Not really. He's got a new belt, so if you want the belt, then
True.
you just got on SmackDown.
But he unified the two titles in the first place, and now they're doing it all over again.
That unification was all Vince, which was dumb to do from the beginning in the first place. So,
but see, that's the thing. I'm all about unification. I think that there needs to be one guy to be the champion, and then you can have lower tier champions. I mean, have Roman Reigns be the champion, and then have each brand have their own brand champion, right?
Okay.
And then
so if you do that, and Roman's on this schedule, how many times is the belt going to get defended in a year?
But man, I'm gonna mute him. Where's he at?
It needs to be contractually obligated that you have to defend that title once every. Let's be liberal here. Let's say once every 2 months instead of once every 30 days like it used to be. But yeah, when you're the man, you got to be the man to defend that title. Look,
what I want to touch base on this is, I understand what you're saying, Mike, but are you going to give Roman a pay raise for having to work both shows? Because if we're doing,
he never wrestles on the show anymore. He just gets paid at the pay-per-views. I mean, sure.
So
what's the
point of having the champion if he's not going to just show up until the pay-per-views to defend the title?
I'm saying that he always does all the prep work and all the build-up on the two shows. And he should wrestle. He should be, to Seth Rollins' credit, he's a wrestling champion or whatever you want to call him. But what I'm saying is that I think, just from a fan's perspective, you want to reach the top. And there should be only one mountaintop to reach. I mean, sure, there's stepping stones, other championships, the IC title, the US title, whatever. But that's just my opinion. I believe there should be one big title that everybody wants to shoot for, that everybody one day wants to be that guy.
I want the Royal Rumble champion. And I'm coming.
Yeah. But you're still going to have the issue of
Lyndon,
you have one set champion. You want everybody to go for that title.
Let's table this conversation because I have a lot to say about this too, and this could go on for a very long time.
Yeah. Let's just go to the fantasy booking. Let's go to the fantasy
booking yet. We got to do our Mad Lib, guys. We got to do our Mad Lib.
Oh, not that again. I might go ballistic on that this time.
A wrestling
time's running short.
Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to start with our guest, Justin. Give me an adjective. Adjective.
Oh, we're doing it now? Okay.
We'll do it now, and then I'm going to read it when we come back from break, and then we'll get into the fantasy booking.
Give an adjective.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what's the wrong one? Thump? No, that's not an adjective. I
Something
need.
that describes something or somebody.
Oh, okay. Uh, let's see. Thank you for going back to English 101 with me, JCC. I appreciate that. It's been a minute. I
Gotcha.
was thinking of pronouns, and all, even though I said thump, but let's say Gloria. No, I'm about to say glory hole. I can't say that, can I? Beautiful.
I've done said I've done saying glutes. I've done said glutes and balls. It's okay. So
That's sorry, Landon. I'm a mess over here. I got to share this with my church leaders later. I'm so happy playing ramble back to my pastor. Sorry, Michael.
It's okay.
oh please, Mike ain't gonna do nothing.
All
He's
right.
been here listening to us.
Next up, guys, we are going to go to our John Cena of the Ramble, our part timer, Sonny Salem. You're next. I need an adjective as well.
Terrible.
Terrible. That's terrible.
Like your comment just now. Terrible.
Give me a noun, Lyndon.
A noun. Let's go with
Carlene.
balls. We'll go balls.
Carlene's in the chat popping. She said it's story time. She's excited. Say
We'll
ball.
go with balls. Yep.
Was that is that who went to bed earlier? Who's already back up?
No, that was Ben.
Nah, Ben. That was Ben.
Ben. Okay, I'm sorry, Carlene. That's a
Ben is
beautiful.
over in the UK, man. He's been with me for probably longer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. He said balls, right?
Balls, yeah.
Ball.
All right, give me a noun.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Mountain Mama. That's right. Thank you, Michael. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
Wait, that was my adjective a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
Carlene, give me an adverb. An adverb tells how something is done. Justin, back to you. Give me an adverb.
Give you an okay. Well.
Sonny, give me a noun.
Moon.
Ooh.
Carlene said stupidly. All right. Lyndon, give me an article of clothing, a plural. It's got to be plural.
Got to be plural, so more than one article of clothing. Let's go thongs.
I got my thong on for you guys. That's for the only.
Oh dear God, no! You got speedo. Jeez.
JCC wore to the Bahamas.
Right.
Multiple colored thongs.
That's right, blue and blue. Mike, give me a noun. Carlene,
A noun, huh?
let's move faster than this, guys, or we ain't gonna get to this fantasy booking.
Okay. Champion.
Give me a noun, Justin.
Booker.
Article of clothing, Sonny.
Does it have to be plural?
No.
Boot.
Boot. Hell yeah. All right, Lyndon, give me a part of the body, you dirty rascal, you.
Oh damn. We are gonna go with the This is really hard, guys. To pick a body part. So we're gonna go with the long thing, the schlong. We're gonna go with the schlong.
Schlong
We're
and
going
balls.
schlong.
Linda.
We're going schlong and balls in this one, so it's okay.
All right, Mike, give me a plural noun.
A plural noun?
Sure.
Okay. People.
People.
Ooh.
And we're going to finish with you, Justin. Give me a noun.
Let's see. Garden.
Hell yeah. Why not? Put Lyndon's balls in his schlong in his garden.
Yeah.
That's a thong.
So all the people can see.
Right.
Right. With one boot.
That's one dude. All right. WWE Live, which is coming to Charleston this Sunday. For anybody in West Virginia wondering, they are going to have a Father's Day street fight. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. It's going to be good stuff. Anyway, last weekend I went to see the WWE Beautiful Rumble live. It's true what they say. The live experience is much more terrible than watching it on paper balls. Every time a West Virginian entered the arena, the theme music played so stupidly and the lights flashed so well that it made me want to jump out of my moon. During breaks, we saw a cannon shoot thongs into the audience. Watched the best in contest and saw the garden cam focus on couples in the audience, who then had to pucker up and give each other a booker. So you know what it was, right? Whenever they give him a booker, they look at him. They what was it Lucky Ducky Quack Quack Lennon? What was it?
Oh shit!
Ducky Ducky Quack Quack.
Quack quack.
Yeah.
That's how you give someone a booker. After the show, I bought a Bret Hart boot and a Triple H. I bought a Bret Hart boot and a Triple H Bobble Schlong doll. I had so much fun that I am seriously thinking about buying all the people for next year. That's probably been my favorite so far, guys.
Shooting
was
out
great.
thongs. Shooting out thongs.
We are running short for time, so I'm going to make an executive. They're not paying the bills next week. This week, we'll pay them next week. We're going to go ahead and jump into our topic, which is not Carver.
Boom.
Is if it were a true crossover on June 25th, what matches would you book? The way we're going to do this, guys, we're going to have to run through this pretty quick. So I'm going to say my 6, and then I'm going to bounce it around with somebody else. If at any time, never mind. We'll just do it like that. I'll name my 6, then we'll bounce it around, and then we'll discuss if we got time. First match that I'm going to do. Mind you, I didn't do any Fatal 4-Ways, any multiple team tag matches because I felt like that one it's kind of making it easier to pick. I wanted to make it challenging for myself, so I didn't do multiple matches like that. Only tag match I have on my card, and how can it not be on there? And that's the Usos versus the Young Bucks. That would be a great match. It would be a great story. I'm here for it. Secondly, this one I had a hard time with. Actually, all these I had a hard time with. Second match I have would be Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins. I think that would be phenomenal. Next up, we've seen before, but I feel like there's still many opportunities to grow this storyline, and that's MJF versus Cody Rhodes. I really enjoyed it the first time, and I feel like if they had that opportunity on the big shows, you know, the conglomerate that is the WWE, I think it would be great. Another next match we've also seen before. Roman Reigns versus Jon Moxley. I would love to see that incarnation of Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley versus Roman Reigns. Even though we've seen it before, I feel like that would be a great match. Considering WWE's roster and AEW roster, I could have just plugged in some people here and there, but I feel like what I was trying to do was find the most money to be made in matches. That's how I was booking, not necessarily, you know, like the Kenny Omega Seth Rollins match. I almost put at a triple threat with Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, and Will Ospreay, but I didn't because I was trying to keep keep it simple and keep it. Yeah. Fifth match I had Malachi Black versus Bray Wyatt. I think it
Ooh.
would be an insane program. And last but not least, once again, we've seen this before, but I don't feel like we ever got the payout us as fans deserved, and that's Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. I think that would be a great program if they ran that back. And that's my matches. Um, you can love them or hate them. I don't give a shit. Those are my matches, not yours. Mike, I'm going to go to you next. Let's hear your 6 matches, old buddy.
Okay. I, like you did, I did mostly singles matches. I did have one tag team match, just because I wanted to put a lot of similarities, comparable styles and stuff as that. For my first match, I wanted 2 big athletic guys that didn't fit the mold of what a traditional wrestler looks like. So my opening match is Eddie Kingston versus Kevin Owens. I think that would be a barn burner. That would be a good opening match just because of their styles and their body types. I think people could relate to that. My second match is my only tag team match, and it's also the women. I've got for AEW, I got Jade Cargill and Abaddon versus Asuka and Alexa Bliss. You got 2 people that had winning streaks for days, and you got Abaddon being Abaddon, and you got Alexa Bliss with her ties to, old Bray Wyatt. I think that would be quite interesting. For my third match, I wanted to throw a little comedy in the middle of the pay-per-view. So, in deference to Sonny, I got Danhausen versus R-Truth. I think that would be a hilarious match to watch. I just want to see it because I think it'd be funny. Okay? For my fourth match, oh my gosh. Thank you, John. For my fourth match, I wanted to throw in some light heavyweight, cruiserweight action going on. For my fourth match, I wanted Darby Allin versus Ricochet. I think that would be high flying. I think it would be exciting. I really like that. Now for my fifth and sixth matches, these are my 2 main events. For my fifth match, I got to go with my mark, okay? But the 2 best talkers, in my opinion, co-main event, match number 5, MJF versus The Miz. Y'all heard them drop each other's names a while back. I think it would be entertaining just from a speaking perspective, and then the match itself would be secondary. And then for my main event, no, I did not have Seth Rollins, but I did add another former Shield member. For my final match, Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. And those are my 6. And like John Covey Cole, I don't care what y'all think. Those are the 6 I want to see.
Got one match on that whole card that's money. The other one is anyway. Let's move along. Justin Hicks, I'm gonna go to you next, bro. What you got?
Yes, sir. So I looked at this kind of from a somewhat what I would like to see, but also what I think would sell tickets. I left a few guys off that I really, really like, but an all-around pay-per-view, what you would go into. You mentioned it earlier, Young Bucks versus the Usos, but I threw another tag team in there for a TLC triple threat, Sammy and KO. I think it fits. KO has a relationship with the Bucks and Sammy and the Bloodline. We could even break off into, you can kind of leave the ideas however you want. Do what you want with that, but you can leave it a triple threat or break off. Second match, I got Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. I think that would be nice. Love both ladies. Similar, a lot of workout stuff. I actually put arm wrestle for an advantage, but that was kind of a joke. The third match, this is a dream matchup for me. Okada versus Randy Orton. That's one of my. That's always a match I'd love to see. I don't know if, of course, I don't think we'll ever get to see it, but maybe.
Let's see who got the best
Fourth
drop.
match. What's that,
Nice.
Lyndon?
See who got the best drop kick.
Yes, that's why. That's why I want to see it. They remind me so much of
Yeah.
each other with that drop kick. The fourth match, mentioned a couple times. I put face of the future for both companies. MJF, obviously current champion, versus Austin Theory in WWE. I think that would kind of two young, very young, not even up and coming, already they're stars. My co-main event, this is where it gets a little funny here. A one-off. This is both guys' last match. Edge versus the Icon Sting. Retirement for both. I wanted to be a little different. You can have about a 2-month build up or a month, and Edge can talk about why he deserves to face the Icon and why this is kind of why he came back. I think that would be a great way for both guys to ride off into the sunset. And Michael, we got the same match for the last one. I just put Supreme Wrestling Dominance Global Universal Galactical Spaceship Champion of whatever you want to call it, Roman Reigns with Heyman versus Kenny Omega. I think it would be nice too if maybe Moxley came down to the ring and tried a little shenanigans, and then we could bring Rollins down and see what happens. Kind of two WWE guys, just to make it a little different. But that is my 6 too.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I had fun doing it. By the way, it was very head scratchy.
Caught me off guard with the MJF Austin Theory, but okay, I'm hearing an argument for that.
Yeah.
Sonny, I'm going to go to you next. Let's hear your 6.
Okay, so I didn't do these in any particular order, and I just basically tried to pair up people that I thought had styles that kind of matched each other or would bring out the best in each other. So my first one would be Gunther versus Miro, because, yeah, I just would love to see that. Of course, I have MJF versus Rollins, because I would just love to see that one as well. I think they would work really well together. I'm going to go back to my Josh Alexander, and I'm going to say that I would love to see him versus AJ Styles, because just the technical abilities of both, oh, that would be an amazing match. Now, I have Solo, not the member of the Bloodline I think people would expect, but I want to see him versus Jacob Fatu, who's the real enforcer of the family. I think that would be killer for sure.
Ooh-wee.
Right? Not that I'm a big fan of women's matches, but I think that someone like Asuka and Rosemary would have an amazing match. Again, I think their styles complement each other really well. And I finished it out with Wardlow versus Braun Breaker.
Really? Okay.
That's not bad.
What I've seen so far, Mike and Sonny, they're booking for themselves. They're not trying to make any damn money.
I like
That's
that. I like that Solo. I really wanted to fit Solo in somewhere, but I didn't know who he could go against, so that was perfect.
Check for 2. Yeah.
I'm poking fun, but seriously, this was really hard to pick.
It was, man.
6 matches. Oh my god!
Whew.
And what was the one you had, Mike? Danhausen and who was it?
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be
Yes.
gold.
I think that's
That'd be gold.
Have a run in by little Jimmy. It'd be amazing. All right, Lyndon, let's hear your 6, big guy. No pressure.
Oh, no pressure at all. So, this was fun. So, my opening match I got MJF versus Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Yeah, think about it. Just think about it. Fucking right? Yes. My second one, now this one was easy because I really went into this one like, I just want to know who really got the hardest, stiffest fucking chops ever. This second match, I put Minoru Suzuki versus Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know how Suzuki can chop and give you a stiff ass elbow.
Look, you
We
race
know,
we're talking wrestling. What are you talking about?
bro. A match between Suzuki and Gunther, oh, that would be a freaking hard hitting match. You thought Sheamus and Gunther was something? Nah, this match would top that.
We throw in Kawasaki and make it a triple threat.
Nah. Came close to throwing in the third one, but I was like, nah, I'd rather see them two. This next one, Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match. This would be good. This is between 4 different companies. GOD,
Hold on.
Tama Tonga,
Okay.
Usos, repping WWE versus Young Bucks, repping AEW versus Motor City Machine Guns, repping Impact.
Somebody's probably going to die in that match.
Nah, nobody ain't gonna die in that match. A lot of super kicks gonna happen in that match.
A lot of
Nobody ain't gonna die.
hits, but
They
Between
just
the
better
Usos
not
and the Young
be
Bucks, between the Usos and the Young Bucks, there's gonna be a lot of super kicks in that match. Let's be real, a lot of them. Next one, this is a woman fatal 4-way, just to see who got what it takes. I have Charlotte Flair versus Jamie Hayter versus my favorite person from Stardom, Julia, versus Deonna Purrazzo.
okay, I want everybody to take a soundbite from that. Lyndon Childers just had an opportunity to pick any match in the world, and he picked Charlotte Flair in a match.
right.
He didn't pick
I did it
Charlotte
for a
Flair.
reason.
He picked Ashley
Oh,
because he loved
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But I did it because I went by who I think is the top woman in each kind of
Right.
division for their show, so that's why
yeah, I know
I
you,
came to that outcome.
bro, but you can't deny it. You hate her, but you can't deny it.
But now we're on to our main events.
Here we go.
Co-main event: Seth freaking Rollins versus Will Ospreay.
Mhm.
I mean, that match within itself will probably be gold all day, every day. Just because of the caliber of Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay.
Okay, I have to call you out. I have to call Sonny out. And I have to call Mike out. Could you guys please explain to me why Roman Reigns is not on your cards?
Bro, can you wait? I was about to get to my main event.
Oh, you said that was the main event.
No, co-main event.
Oh,
My
sorry.
main event.
If it's the main
My
event.
main,
Or main event. No damn
the
participation.
main,
We got one
the
main.
the main event of this whole pay-per-view would be the Rainmaker, Okada, versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Which that match alone, I think, would be ridiculously fun to watch. Just because knowing who Roman is, but then also knowing who Okada is, that'd just be great.
Okay, I retract
I
my.
love it.
I apologize. Mike and Sonny, why is Roman not on your cards?
Roman is on my card. He
Who's
was
your
the main event.
wrestler?
Kenny Omega
Yeah.
versus Roman.
I apologize. Sonny, why ain't Roman on your card?
Do you want me to be completely honest?
100%.
Right now,
Don't
in
do
the
it.
wrestling
Don't do it.
world, I don't feel that there's a good enough contender.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Like, I'm
Good answer.
sorry, but like, you got the MJF's your All Elite champion. I think he would get rocked by Roman. I don't really see anybody like that could step up right now. I really don't.
So is that including Josh Alexander if he wasn't injured in that
100%.
statement?
100%.
Sonny, I love that about you because you are
Ooh,
acknowledging
interesting.
what we all don't say on a different level right now than anybody. Not only is he phenomenal on the microphone, if he needs it, the dude looks like a brick shithouse. I mean, I'm not a homosexual, but if I was,
He only
I'd kiss him right on the lips. I mean, he's got the best storyline in wrestling in the last 20 years. I mean, and just think, guys, 10 years ago, we hated this guy. Why are you pushing him down our throats? Why? Thank you for that, Sonny.
I mean,
I can't argue.
he only got better on promos because John Cena embarrassed his ass on national television.
Carlene, I see you complaining in the chat. Type all 6 of your matches in one comment, and I'm going to pull it up. Ben pulled his up. We're going to go over Ben's. Ben said Seth Rollins versus MJF. Ooh, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. That would be good.
Mm,
Be good.
That'd be a good one. That would be.
Charlotte versus Britt Baker. Hey, Lyndon, you like this? He says FTR
ooh.
versus the
Mm.
Usos versus God versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay, me and Cliff be thinking of like we just switched
You're right.
one out.
He
We be
also
thinking of like,
Kevin Owens versus Jeff Cobb.
ooh,
Ooh.
And
okay.
Sonny, you will love this because
Yeah,
one,
ooh,
I believe your favorite wrestler, one is from Canada, so you'll appreciate this. Sami Zayn versus Josh Alexander.
Battle of the Canadians. That'll be
Oh,
great.
Josh is a Canadian as well.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Battle of the Canadians right there.
And then
Whew.
I just said, he said, did Lennon just pick Charlotte? He did. He did.
Yeah, Ben. I know. It's weird. But I just went by what I think would be a good match with four women in the top of the game in each different promotion. So
Sonny did acknowledge the tribal chief, and I
she
respect.
did acknowledge Roman. She really did. She did say
That's the
nobody's
best
on
way to
Joe's
do it.
level.
Yeah, I agree with her. I'm not a huge. I'm gonna get knocked for this. Maybe I'm not the biggest Kenny Omega fan, but I know big. That's the big match to be made on Twitter, on all social media. The big debate. Me and
I
Michael had the
mean,
same matchup, and I just went with Kenny because he's been there from the start. I think CM Punk too would be great, but it's kind of what Sonny said. He is hard to match up anybody with,
Kenny's
you
the
know.
best
And
bout
I feel
machine.
like
Here's a
what's
little
that, Landon?
spot, guys. I'm gonna throw this.
He's the best bout machine.
I'm gonna throw this out
Yeah,
real quick. Sonny says that there's nobody in Roman's level right now, which I agree. Okay, of all time, if you could put anybody versus Roman Reigns, who would it be? If any wrestler in history versus Roman.
Oh, that's easy.
Please
Yeah.
don't say Hulk Hogan. Please don't say him.
Stone
Because I
Cold.
will.
What? Who, Sonny?
My man, Stone Cold.
What?
Yep.
Good, Cliff, you
All
asked.
day long.
A hell of a contest for sure.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but Hulk Hogan would be a good one too.
Mm.
And if you had the American, the real American versus, I'm telling you, Roman better say his prayers and eat his vitamins because the Hulkster's coming, brother. But I think those two. I mean, Roman versus The Rock would be good, but it's not on that level.
what about sorry, I about said Hogan. What about Roman versus Yoko?
That would be good. The storyline too. I like it.
That's just one you mentioned any guy. I think that's like video game, of course, but I think it's there for the story, obviously. Battle of two bodies for sure.
Wow,
Two
Ben
different bodies.
dropping a name that I haven't heard in a long time, and I hate,
Muhammad Hassan.
really, you're just going to take my line and everything like that? Yeah,
Never.
fine. Reigns and Muhammad. I don't think that's good. It'd be nice to see
That's
Muhammad.
Yeah. Make that into a trivia question and see how many people remember who Muhammad Hassan was.
It'd be great. I was hoping Carlene was going to put her 6 in the comment, but either she can't type or she's not doing it.
Well, she did mention Orange Cassidy versus
She
Matt
mentioned
Riddle.
a couple matches, but I'm not going to go back through and find all of her. That's why I told her to put them all in one message or one comment, so it'd be easy for me to find. She said Cassidy and Riddle. I remember that one.
I mean,
I'm so proud of you, Sonny. I'm really so proud of you because I put you on the spot trying to talk some shit. You're like, no, hang on, bro. Nobody's on Roman's level, and that was a great answer. I just can't get over it.
I mean,
There's a method.
Right on.
yeah. Yeah, nobody's on his level, but I mean, even a even a dog has its good day. So It's sad, I guess.
Now I don't remember Naked Midian. I'll be honest.
Do you
Going
not?
that, I don't. What is it?
He had the fanny pack. You don't remember that?
I don't think so.
I was gonna
I
say,
remember
You're like-
Midian, but I don't remember Naked Midian.
yeah. It was stupid, downright stupid, but it was Reigns versus Joey Abs. How about Roman Reigns versus Superhuman? That's what I'd like to see.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly, I'd like to see Roman versus Macho Man.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
If they push it properly, how about Roman Reigns versus LA Knight? That'd be good.
No, I'd rather see Roman Reigns versus Optimus Prime at WrestleMania 16.
It'll be Roman Reigns versus Gunther eventually.
Gunther. I wouldn't mind Gunther dethroning Roman,
Mike,
but that's not going to happen because Gunther's on Raw. So
Mike, was it MJF versus The Miz? Was that one of your matches?
Yes, sir.
that's one of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I mean, they're both great, but they're both heels. So what are you going to do there?
They'll both talk to each other.
Well, sure.
Just the conversation. I think the greatest promo ever was when Miz and Daniel Bryan had that blow up on Talking Smack. I think that was one of the best from the heart promos I've ever seen. I'd like to see him and MJF talk at each other and then, have a measuring contest to see who could talk better.
Best
And
promo
then
of all time was Mark Henry.
one of the best.
No, I'm telling you, the best promo of all time was Mark Henry's retirement.
Yeah, I like that one too.
He worked me bigger and shit. I was like, I get it, boy. I never liked Mark Henry either. That's soul building right there.
I got plenty left in the tank.
Guys, Sonny told me we got to go off air before 8 o'clock tonight because the Stanley Cup's on, and we are already late, so we're going to have to bounce. Justin, thanks so much for coming on and rambling with us, brother. We'll have you back anytime, my man.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
it was
Justin.
fun. Yeah, thank you guys. Those were great matches, and thanks for letting me be a part of it. All of you, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, for Lyndon Childers, Sonny Salem, Justin Hicks, the champion, Lee Wills, and Little Jimmy, I'm John.
Ramble on.